a college student from the South, is standing up for the Confederate flag. And you may have heard that before, but you have to see this young man to understand why his take is unlike the others.
The housing department wants me to take down this flag. Now, I know it's kind of weird because I'm black. When I look at this flag, I just don't see racism. I see pride, respect, and Southern pride. That's what I see.
Okay, so Byron Thomas, who is 19 and black, attends the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. Now, the school directed him to take down the Confederate flag hanging in his window after receiving about 24 complaints. Then the university took the order back, saying, quote, because of the USCB's firm belief in the First Amendment and its rights of free speech, the university cannot and will not prohibit these flags or other symbols that our students choose to display. But now Thomas says he will not put the Confederate flag back up. He explained to me why and his reasons for believing the Confederate flag is simply misunderstood. Here it is.
I just want people in my generation and the older generation to see that I wasn't just fighting for me to put the Confederate flag back up in the window, because I just want my generation to know that it's time for us to form our own opinions about things so we won't be divided like things the past generations used to be divided by. Because if people ever want racism to stop, then we need to stop thinking of what the past generation went through, because I never experienced racism in my lifetime before. So why do I got to still carry on that same opinion that the past generation went through?
As an African American, do you understand what that flag means to most African Americans and the people who fought on the side of that flag, what they represented and what they wanted from this country?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing my research, I researched that and all the negativity and hate of the flag. And I just truly think ignorance made that flag, gave that flag a bad name. Ignorant people like the KKK.
Okay.
Yes, sir. When they got a hold of the flag. But even if you research it, you'll see that the KKK, when they begun, they was using the American flag. And then when the Civil Rights Movement era and everything was happening down south, they got their hands on the Confederate flag. If people want to call the flag racist, you look at the American flag, because they associate slavery with the Confederate flag. But what flag was slavery under the most? Slavery was under the American flag. They had a chance to end slavery under the American flag, but they didn't.
At some point, we have to accept one flag. And the Confederate flag was a symbol of division for the most part. And I think the American flag represents a symbol of togetherness. Let me ask you this. What about just as a symbol of pain, the pain that that flag represents?
I see where they're coming from, since my dad told me he still feel racism. But from my point of view, why do I still got to carry those harsh feelings forward if I haven't been through it? Like, why do I got to tell my kids, like, when you see it on Confederate flag, that person is racist?
Well, Thomas says his parents do not support his support of the Confederate flag. The University of South Carolina, Beaufort plans to have a student forum to discuss the controversy when students return from winter break.